Hey everybody, John and Lance from the bench. Mornings on ESPN 97.5. Let's talk about this NFL season, Lance. We've already seen Saquon Barkley say that he is considering not playing. What about this Texans and Chiefs game? Boy, you want to talk about a huge statement that these two teams can make. I'm not saying we haven't heard anything, but you've got activists like Deshaun, Kenny Stills, Pat Mahomes is huge, a huge activist now. What if they all got together and said, we're going to boycott this game on Thursday night and we're not going to play? What kind of ramifications do you think we'd have?
I think social media will be up in arms both ways, positive, negative. There'll be the talk of everything. Social justice will be the talk. But I do think it would hurt. I do think it would hurt their base a little bit. I mean, if you just want to be really honest about it, I think people who were previously against the kneeling see it differently now and maybe understand it better. I think a lot of people understand what's going on better. If you didn't play the game, though, if you walked out on an NFL game and didn't play the game, because that would be a little more challenging to make up. This isn't the baseball schedule where you can run a doubleheader. I think it would be rough for the NFL. I think they'd take a little bit of a publicity hit. Now, that's not, is that the question? I guess that's one of the questions we could ask. The players may not care about if it's a publicity hit because they're trying to make a statement. The question is, what does that statement do for you in the future? And, it's tough. That's a tough question because I think it could do. I think you have momentum going with the NFL. The NFL has never been more open to the initiatives, and really, frankly, all of pro sports, the initiatives for social justice. The NFL's given money to this. They're wide open to players, John, being more open with what they're saying and their ability to express themselves. This would almost be, I think, potentially a little bit of a shot to the NFL about, hey, we know that you've met us, not even in the middle. You've really reached out to welcome our opinions and what we need to do to make change. But this one, I think, would do some damage. I'm not sure this one would be a great idea. I understand it. I'm just saying, if I'm trying to gauge what is accomplished and what is lost, you might actually lose a little more than you'd accomplish.
Well, I think that the players have leverage. And we saw it with the NBA players. They got the owners to the table. They had some demands for them. Open up your arenas for voting. We want more money into the communities and all of this stuff. And I think the owners listen. This is the only leverage, probably, playing games that the NFL players have, and they can get stuff done. We've already seen Roger Goodell do a 180 on the kneeling thing, right? He said, now I see it, now I get it. The George Floyd thing changed everything for Roger Goodell, and he has seen, and he is now a player advocate to voice their opinions. I think both sides can come out winners if the NFL will say, we're going to do more. We are going to try more. We are going to do more. The NFL players maybe threaten, but then play the games, and everybody will be happy with them on that side, and yet they'll get the owners to do more, because that's where the money is. That's where they can get some stuff done in communities. Initiatives in communities is make the owners open up their pocketbooks, and the only way that they can do that is by threatening not playing. To me, that's one of the only ways that they can get that job done with the owners.
I mean, don't forget the NFL's already committed to do that. They were the first one to do that. $40 million a year? So the money's already on the table. They're already doing that. So that's already, the NBA jumped in and did that. NFL's already doing that. They've already committed to doing that. I think a lot of these changes you're talking about have to be enacted inside communities. So that is going to be the responsibility of those teams and ownership and really the players, the individuals, to go out in their own communities to be the front runners.
Well, NBA owners were doing stuff too. You can always do more, and then there was still another shooting in Kenosha, which opened up even more for people to do more awareness. Listen, one of the reasons that they didn't want to play in the bubble in the NBA was because they said it would be a distraction. You want to talk about a major distraction? It's Texans and Chiefs on that Thursday night. Nobody's thinking about social justice that night. What they're thinking about is NFL football, and oh my goodness, NFL football is back. If you take that away, then it will make people realize, hey, these guys are serious about it. I'm not advocating it. All I'm saying is that the players have they have leverage like they've never had before. We're seeing it in college football players. We're seeing it in the NBA. We're seeing it in baseball. We're seeing it now in the NFL. We can see it in the NFL, and nobody would have more leverage than NFL players saying they're not playing because it's our most popular sport. So it's an interesting question. I certainly hope that it doesn't happen. I hope that it will not happen. But let's face it, we've seen it already in the NBA. This is a real possibility.